I'm going to go through the fastest and cheapest ways that I use to ship from China to the US. There are so many shipping options these days that it's kind of difficult to figure out which one is actually the best for you. While the fastest method that we use is 3 to 5 day delivery to the US, and the cheapest method that we use is actually sea freight, are they the best for your particular situation, and how much do they cost? Before I go into that though, my name is Niall from E-commerce Companion. We are a sourcing and fulfillment company. We send orders direct to consumer on a daily basis, as well as send bulk shipments to Amazon. So I'm going to go through exactly what we use, starting with single packages. First off, gone are the days where you can send AliExpress 30-day delivery shipping and scale a business at the same time. On the other hand though, using DHL or UPS is often too expensive for these single package deliveries. And for that reason, we use a courier called Yun Express. For standard goods, they offer 3 shipping lines, the fastest of which is 4 to 7 business days. That means door-to-door delivery from our warehouse to your customer's doorstep. And I'll put some examples on the screen now of how much you would be charged at different weight thresholds. At 90 grams, you can see you're charged $4.19. At 190 grams, $5.25, 290 grams, $6.66, 440 grams, $8.57, 790 grams is $15.24, and finally at 4.9 kilos, you'd be charged a whopping $58. Remember, this is a service for relatively small packages. And if you want to calculate the shipping charges yourself to make sure you're not being overcharged, here's how you do it. First, you check what weight your fully packaged product is, and using the table on the screen, go to the row where your weight fits between the weight range. Then you add the fixed registration fee per package onto the shipping fee per kg. To get that final shipping fee, you times the dollar amount in the shipping fee column by your product weight in kg. So, if you have 150 gram item, which is 0.15 kg, you're charged a fixed fee of $3.43 plus the $1.35, because $9.05 times 0.15 kg is $1.35, which means that your shipping costs in total would be $4.78. The cheapest line with Yun Express is 6 to 12 business days, and they also offer a 5 to 10 business day line as well. Here are the differences in prices at each threshold compared to the fastest line, and here are the tables to calculate the charges yourself. And for those of you wondering what line you should go with, well, most of our clients at least go for the fastest line for their given product. And while there are a lot of cheaper shipping options out there, they're less reliable, so we just don't use them. Now, shipping in bulk is an entirely different kettle of fish, but the basics are the same. The faster methods are usually more expensive, and so are heavier and bulkier products. The 3 methods that we use are Air Express, air freight, and sea freight. Air Express is usually door-to-door, while the other methods are not. But actually, there are ways to go door-to-door via air freight, via sea freight, which we'll go through in just a sec. So in terms of Air Express is 3 to 5 day delivery. It's going to cost you $6.24 per kilo via UPS door-to-door service. That's what Air Express is, from Shenzhen to the west coast of the United States. Air freight is slower and cheaper. There's a 10 to 13 day service that we sometimes use, which is currently priced at $4.53 per kg. And also there is a faster service that we use, which is 6 to 10 days for around $4.81 per kg. These are prices for over 100 kilos and door-to-door. If you're wondering, so what's the difference then between Air Express and air freight, apart from the price being more expensive with Air Express? Well, Air Express is delivered door-to-door by one courier. For example, UPS is what we use in many cases right now. That is the cheapest and the fastest. Air freight is traditionally not door-to-door. It's going to be airport to airport. It's for larger volumes, and then the recipient has to clear customs themselves in many cases and also organize last mile transport. But in our case, we work with our partners to provide a door-to-door service which still uses an air freight cargo plane in between, but it doesn't cost as much as using UPS for the entire journey. And finally, the cheapest mode is sea freight, but it's also the slowest. Currently, we have a service for 17 to 25 day delivery. Again, this is to the west coast of the United States at $1.79 per kilo. That's if you have over 100 kg in product to ship, and there's also a slower 30 to 35 day delivery service too. Now this is for LCL, which is less than container load, which means you don't have to fill a 20-foot or 40-foot container entirely. And again, this is a door-to-door delivery service, so do keep that in mind. If you see quotes for sea freight services, they're probably not going to be the same. It's probably just going to be port to port, but in our case, we work with our partners, like I said, to provide that door-to-door service. So how do you decide what's best for you? Well, it's relatively easy to figure out because these prices are for door-to-door, so it just entirely depends on your particular circumstances. If low cost is the priority, you go via sea freight. If you have an emergency, then you go via Air Express. If you don't have an emergency and low cost is not the priority, and you don't want to buy loads in advance, because for sea freight, you would have to buy a lot of product in advance to make sure you have enough to last you until the next shipment arrives, then you could go via air freight.